Yeah, so what I want to talk about is like about here in Paraguay, there's a lot of German communities. There's a big one in central Paraguay. I don't remember the name. I'm gonna need to work on this. It's something verde. I know there's the green word in it, verde. Uh, so this is a fairly big community. They build, kind of a small highway, if you want, in circle. It's really well built because German engineering. It's good. It's really good. So they build it in a way that's pretty easy to drive and everything. I didn't go there yet. I just heard about this. I want to go visit and see how it looks like. But there's a lot of German community, a lot of German people. I was surprised about how many Canadian as well are here, and French people from France as well. So I was seriously surprised. There's German school, international school. So that's like it's really surprising, to be honest.
And we talked about this before too. And you pointed out that one of the main reasons why those German people are leaving is because of a name of a guy named Klaus Schwab, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a pretty crazy guy that's now on top of the World Economic Forum. And people are
yeah.
worried about this guy, not to the same degree that they were worried about Hitler, but that also
No.
created a mass exit from Europe during, I mean, after, actually before, during, and after World War II. And so we don't know what's going to happen to Europe. And we talked about this quite a
Hmm.
bit too, David. I'm uncertain what's going to happen to Europe. I don't know about the future because we're not moving in the right direction in many ways. So
Yeah.
I can see why people are looking for at least a backup. It doesn't need to be something permanent because you don't know that yet.
Hmm.
If you haven't lived in the country, it's always advisable to try it out and get a feeling to see if you can see yourself living in the country for the long term. And if poo-poo really hits the fan in Europe big time, for whatever reason, the war escalates, or you're
Hmm.
worried about losing your identity, you're worried about your kid's future, then why not have this plan B? It's not going to cost you, tons and tons of money. It's a safe bet, in a geographic location that's most likely not going to be affected by a war. And so
Yeah.
in general, I would say Latin America was pretty peaceful. I mean, there were a lot of problems, especially the North American side, but where
Yeah.
you are located right now, problems weren't really that crazy back then, so it feels like it's one of the safer areas to hang out in these days. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah. I mean, exactly like you said, a lot of people, like some people will go into the branded country, like we talked about this, Dubai, the big popular place. But a lot of people who have a residence in Dubai, they also have a residency here. Why? Because it's something it defends and it get crazy, or Dubai just shut down everything because they have too much political pressure, stuff like this. Here it's a country, they tax a little bit, so they just left alone. They they fly under the radar. So that's the fun part about being here. They just don't care, and nobody, like the other big country, they don't, Paraguay don't make enough noise yet uh, to be on the radar. So that's why a lot of people come here, and you don't have to stay here to keep your residence. So like people come here and then they visit around, or they go back in whatever branded country you want to go. And I do understand that. That's totally fine. But come back one like couple day a year, and then you're good to go. So you need to think about this. You need to think about these stuff. Like 25 years ago, I talked to about this, but with my parents and stuff like this, and they keep talking about their pensions, and oh, I'm gonna have my pensions. Yeah, but the government is broke. What make you so sure you're gonna have your pension, or what make you so sure the money of your pension will worth something in 15 years? We don't know, and we live in uncertainty right now. We cannot have the same comfort as our parent have. I'm 31 years old, so but 32 this month. So yeah, but I'm still 31. So like having this age, I'm like, okay, in the next 60 years, where I'm gonna go? Is my government gonna give me a pension? Well, I will not bet on this because they realize that it just costs too much money. And okay, people don't make kids. We just talked about this. People don't make kids anymore. Okay, where I go if I want to build a business? I need employee, right? It's not going to be 70 years old people who's going to be employed in a tech company or most of the time. So you need to keep that in mind. Here people are young, and South America had still have a lot of problem. It doesn't function as well as US or Canada or Switzerland or Dubai, but it's getting better and better. So they're going the right direction. Where what I'm feeling is our country, the Western country, they're going the wrong direction. So I'm like, at some point, it will cross, and the third world country will become better, and the first world country will become worse and worse.
I'd like to add something here, that the relations in Europe have gone down with Russia a lot over the past decades. If you take a look at the Russia like 25 years ago, they were actually talking about Russia joining the European Union for real. They were talking
Wow.
about it, right? And they were even talking about Russia becoming part of NATO, you know?
Hmm.
So that has completely changed,
Yeah.
right? Not in a good direction, right? The whole trajectory is not that good anymore for us, right? But I feel like, you can go there, you can try it out and then see if you like it. And after time, you can then decide, if things get better where you are, you can consider, living there part-time, full-time. But who knows? If you come to Paraguay, get the residence permit, and maybe you will like it and you're not going to leave, because you're going to make friends and you're going to find people from your country and going to have some good
Hmm.
French wine, right? So you're going to
Yeah.
be able to find the people that you're looking for. As more people are leaving Western countries and moving to certain countries, including Paraguay, I feel like there will be more of what you're looking for than maybe there was like 20 or 30 years ago. And like I
Yeah.
said, things are changing, and in some countries, like
Yeah.
you said, the trajectory is better than in Western countries, where the trajectory is more to the negative at the moment in certain ways, right? In certain ways, it's good, in certain ways, it's not. But certainly, I mean, as a European speaking right here to you, it has gone the wrong direction in many ways for sure.
Hmm. And in a sense, it's scary. But when you think about this, the world is in the biggest peace as it ever been, because there's only like, it's a big war, and we don't want war. But 100 years ago, there were war everywhere. 1,000 years ago, everybody was fighting constantly. So we kind of we live in a peaceful world. But now things are changing, and I don't believe in a big I don't believe in a big gun war anymore. I think it's just country don't have the money, and they don't have the people for this that much. But cyber war, money war, you see with the bricks and everything, everything's going crazy. But in the meantime, I believe in competition. So if country have the freedom of compete to each other to attract people, it's just going to be better for you and me and everybody who's listening. When you do a move like this, yes, it is a big move, but you're not stuck with this decision for the rest of your life. Stop thinking that, oh, if I make this, I'm going to need to live in Paraguay for the rest of my life. I'm stuck there. Like, that's not true. You can live 1 or 2 years here. You don't like it, you're going to have your permanent residency for the next 10 years after this. And then you go back wherever you want to go. At least you have something in your back pocket. It's not a final decision. And I don't think people in our generation or even older will move and then I'm done for the rest of my life, because it's so easy to move these days.
Subscribe now and turn on alerts to never miss any of my future nomadism, dating, and business advice videos. Thank you for watching.